all of that. I made that mistake when I was younger. I was too geeked. I was like, man, I'm voting for Obama. I'm good. And it was like, I gotta vote for senator. This shit too. But the more you grow, the more you know. You feel me? So we got on-site voting in conjunction with we have the shout out to the Laugh Factory, Jamie, for letting us all collaborate. And trap here, they will be giving. We have speakers, so stay around. And we appreciate you guys coming. Because we do fall under it, we still. See, that's the black woman. Something didn't sound right. Okay? But we gonna let them know all day. So what we need you to do is a part of our lifestyle. But I know people like photo ops. This is one of them. But just as much, Black love matters, Black joy matters, Black success matters. That too, because we gotta stay. If we don't stay by the fight, and I don't want none of us, we're gonna keep it kicking on. So yeah, we finna start. Yeah, we here all day. This stage, you see the black is the blue.
No justice? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let it resound loud as the roaring sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the faith that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day. Let it march on till victory is won.
Hello, hello, hello. Our next guest is Lunel. You can find her on Instagram. It's at Lunel, but she is in Eddie Murphy's Dolomite, and she's gonna come and talk to you all. She needs a minute. She's not that old. Get this lady some hand sanitizer. Definitely.
I hope y'all strapped. You got your legal weapons on you? Maybe going down on them. ready to die. No, but you do need to get legal weapons and stand your ground. Can we start there? Stand your ground is supposed to be for everybody, right? Justice for Breonna, Lord have mercy. Okay, first of all, I've already been across the street speaking. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's time to beat a dead horse. It's time to repeat this over and over and over again, and thank you so much for the interpreters. Thank you so much. Thank you, baby. You, baby. You. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, it is the Laugh Factory, ain't it? It's a Laugh Factory. Okay. This is a really incredible time. I have had to apologize to my daughter and some of the other youth that are spending their 20s in a pandemic and a race war. They're supposed to be at Freaknik. They're supposed to be at the bonfire on the beach. They're supposed to be a day on the green. And yet we're in the street screaming for justice. It's sad and it's beautiful at the same time. This has happened before, you know? And guess what? It's not just the police, it's regular people too, because Zimmerman was not a cop, no matter how bad he wanted to be. And the guys, the people in Ferguson were not just, you know, it's not just the cops. And so white people, whether you're the police or not, this affects you too. You've got to make a conscious decision. We're not asking you to lick our asses or nothing like that. Just be just. Just be kind. Just be fair. And talk to people. Bring the conversation up with your friends. You know, everybody, I have white friends. I've had them all my life. I live in the Crenshaw district, but I was raised in the suburbs of white-ass Castro Valley, California. I've been dealing with white folks all my life. I've been educated in white schools all my life. I've been to Pet Rock. I've been to Token. I've done it. But that shit is over. Because guess what? Some of y'all out there looking up at me right now, that you have children, yeah, maybe your son's gonna marry a black girl. How you feel about that? Maybe I know your white daughters are gonna marry some of these brothers out here. We know that. How are you gonna feel when you take your little nappy-headed grandchildren around the rest of the family? You better get with the program, because we've had to adjust to this shit all our life. We are standing on the street, on this street right here, that has treated us like shit. And we support this club and we support the businesses up and down this street. How many pieces of ID do you have to show when you're trying to make a purchase down there in Beverly Hills? How many times do they hold your $100 bill up to the light when you're down there in Beverly Hills? How many times do any of you get followed when you're down the street in Beverly Hills? We've all experienced that. This is no crying wolf. This is not no separate occasion. This is not rare. And this is not just for black people. You got Muslims. You got trans people. You got Asians. You got everybody. And it's the white people that are the problem. It's not us. It's y'all. Yep. And I said it. But we can make a change. But we can make a change. But we can make a change. We can make a change. We don't care about how guilty you feel or how uncomfortable this shit is. We've been uncomfortable for 400 goddamn years. And I'm not no, activist person. I'm just a very loud, frustrated black woman. And so I just want to say that, hopefully one day we can come back here and go inside and sit down together. Do you see what the racism stops in the comedy club? Yeah. Unless you're on stage and talking shit like me. But basically, the racism stops on a cruise ship, in Vegas, and at the comedy club. And Vegas was racist. We couldn't even walk in the front door till like 40 years ago. You know, we're swimming together, partying together on the cruise ship. You got to take that vibe and bring it out here on the streets. Don't be ashamed to let your friends at the country club know that you associate with black people. Don't be ashamed to let your family know that you like to watch Insecure sometime. You know, stop with that bullshit, because the fact that you are out here now, you matter. You guys matter. So in parting, I would just like to say that I hope that this vibe, like Sister said, don't think you're gonna come out here in the middle of beautiful Sunset Boulevard, raise your fist, take some pictures, post them on your Instagram, and not change shit. You gotta change. This is not gonna stop tomorrow. This is not gonna stop next week. This is not gonna stop next year. And if this shit gotta stay boarded up forever, so fucking be it. Because black lives are more important than this bullshit in these stores. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget to watch me in Coming to America that comes out in December.
Give it up for Lunel. Up next, she is a Laugh Factory regular, and her name is Daphne Springs. Here she goes.
Now, I just want to say that this fight has to continue. We're going through I see less and less people. I've been to so many protests, but we must continue to keep our knee on their neck for changes with a systematic racism. This is making a big change. I know people are, they're very confused on whether or not it should be a food protest, riots, or whatever, but I feel like all collectively we have made change these past weeks. I hope that we can beat the Rosa Parks record of 300, I think, 8 days. So let's try to keep this strong. It's just a beautiful time because everybody is starting to really see what we've been seeing for a long time, is that it has never left. Racism is still strong, and we are the human race, and that we all deserve to be here. And I just think change is coming. I think we need to stick with it for our children, the futures of the children to come. And it's a beautiful time, and I hope that everybody continue to make it to every protest that's going on, and you continue to fight for freedom. This is the first time, I think, in the world that we actually have, like, the world's support, right? And who would ever thought, because it's crazy that this one man, George Floyd, is changing the future. And I would have never thought. I lived in Duluth, Minnesota when I was younger, and it is cold as hell up there. So I guess that winter month got them in the spirit to, like, really just turn this up, and it has been a domino effect because we've been getting killed by the police. I think they said it's been over 600 murders just in Los Angeles alone. And with that being said, it took for this one city, Minneapolis, to really cause a domino effect around the world. And I appreciate seeing people from all different races standing up for what's right, to get rid of this old system and old mindset that we're seeing in a lot of older people who don't let go, right? And I think a lot of people confuse Black Lives Matter when we say that by saying other people don't matter, but it's a problem with us right now. And we're sticking up, and we have fought for everybody. And I think sometimes a lot of people come to this country and they lose respect for Black people and the civil rights movement that made it so everybody could be in this country and to have businesses and be free, and sometimes lose our respect. So that's why I respect everybody for finally standing up for us, because our ancestors fought the fight during the civil rights movement for everybody to be here. That wasn't for us, because it was a time in America where it was just black and white. You didn't see a lot of people from other races. We fought that fight for everybody, for gay rights, the LGBTQ, to just hit that domino effect. So that's why I appreciate the support from so many other different communities that stand by us. And I hope you continue to stand by us because we've been standing by everybody else. And it's crazy that in this world, you just have to ask for people just to treat you the same. Is that so hard? Just to have respect for me, right? Yeah, don't they matter, Lunel? Aren't black people chemists, presidents, doctors, lawyers? Since when did we all get labeled as thugs? But guess what? We don't have a world history of killing people. So I don't get where that comes from. If you do the statistics and the numbers, we are not the murderers. And that's a fact. But yet still everybody is scared and intimidated of us. Why? We have did nothing but be fair. But I appreciate the younger generation because you can't undo what your ancestors have done to us. And I appreciate you guys. I'm seeing so many viral videos of young kids standing up to their parents. And why do people hate us? But you love our culture. You can vibe to our music. You can say nigga. That feel good, right? To be in a Lil Wayne song, pumping up words and stuff. But you need to be in the streets with us too. And some of you are, but collect 10 more friends. It was a beautiful thing to see 100,000 people marching on Hollywood Boulevard because enough is enough. And us as black people had got complacent, right? The racism never existed. I look at old videos of just 40 years ago. Or my grandmother who's standing right over there who told me that she actually had to pick cotton, but it wasn't like slavery where she didn't get money, but her family actually had to do that in the South. My dad told me how when he was younger, how he had tobacco, his elbows, he would be black up to his elbows because they had to pick tobacco. This isn't, where do people get this ideology that it was so many years ago? Streets, all those kids, because slavery, police station was originally started from being slave catchers. Did you guys know that? And these protests, and I'm regurgitating some of the information that I learned. But it's not a police reform, it's about defunding the police. I had to check someone on social media the other day who told me they have Black Lives Matter over their page. A white comedian. Black Lives Matter all over his profile pic, everything. I just shared a post, and this person said to me, "Oh, are you saying that there are not good cops out there? What are you fighting for? It's good people everywhere you go, right? Have I met great cops? Absolutely. When I went to Eastern Michigan University, it was great police officers that worked there, helped us, never really wanted problems. When I worked at the casino, I saw it. But that's not what we're talking about. You don't accept that 1% of anything else to be bad, right? Do we accept that when we fly? No. Do you accept that if you catch the transit or the bus station that the bus driver can crash you at any moment because he's drunk? Do we accept that in other fields? Do you accept that your doctor, 1% of them can just be bad? Do you accept that? No, they get disbarred. Yep. They get dismembered. Yep. People act like when you say Black Lives Matter and we stand up for this cause, we're saying we hate all police and all police are bad. No, we're saying prosecute the police officers that feel like they can treat us like animals in the street. And God damn it, we build this country, we deserve some respect. And I see people pull up the criminal history of George Floyd. But did you also see the 18 charges that was against Derek? Did you see that? So because it's black, it's bad, right? But at the end of the day, I don't care. I live over across in the valley, but we got to stand up for our brothers and sisters all the way down in Crenshaw and everywhere else in this world. Because they are of the me. And when I cross that Wilshire, don't nobody know the difference. wish you guys love and peace, and thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you so much, Daphne. That was beautiful. I also want to say, when we say defund the police, everyone's like, we need police. You're abolishing the police. It's not what it is. We just don't want to invest any more money in the police when we can take that money and invest in communities who need it, and invest in community policing so that our communities receive more money than them. Anyway, up next, we're gonna do some libations with Sheeds. Can I get Sheeds to the stage? Here we are. Rashida, everybody.
Yo, give it up for libations. This is powerful. We gotta do libations. We gotta bring that ancestral energy in. We gotta bring that ancestral energy in. It's early, but we finna bring in libations. For those of you who are not clear what libations are, that's from our Black culture. That's when we bring in our ancestral energy from those who are no longer here with us. I just want to make sure the energy is right. Brothers, y'all good? Little brothers, they good? Okay. All right, so libations, what we do is we bring in our ancestral energy. We need water. Water. 4 libations. So the first people we call out is we say Ashe. So let's practice that. After every time we say a name, you say Ashe. Now there's one part that I'll get to that you know everybody can't participate in, but we'll get there. So Ashe means of God and to God. So the first people we say Ashe to is to our ancestors who, when they pulled up in 1619, there were some of us who said, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to go. I'm not going. They jumped ship. So we say Ashe to the ancestors who are at the bottom of the Atlantic. So to our ancestors, to our Black ancestors who are at the bottom of the Atlantic who didn't make that journey with us, we say, because they're still with us. Then we say Ashe to our ancestors who suffered through oppression of slavery and Jim Crow. The ones who died on the ships due to the brutal treatment. They're always with us. They're with us now. That's why we're fighting. And to them we say, I need it. Come on. We say, because they got to hear it. We want that energy here. So now this is where we all participate. The next we call out the ancestors who were fighting that fight. So for example, it could be a hero of yours. It could be, you know, as long as they Black. So if I say Martin Luther King, you say Ashe, and then you all yell out whomever inspired you along the way. If it's a James Baldwin or whatever, we say Ashe. So I'm gonna start with one of my heroes, Malcolm X, Ashe. Martin Luther King, Ashe. Sandra Bland, Ashe. Mike Brown, Ashe. Nelson Mandela, Ashe. Dick Gregory, Medgar Evers, James Baldwin, Emmett Till, Mamie Till Mosley, Rosa Parks, Trayvon Martin, Kobe Bryant, Lorraine Hansberry, Harold Washington, Ashe. 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 Prince. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Next, Black people, my people, this is for us. This is Ashe. The next section of libations, we yell out those who are immediate to us, who are no longer here. We bring in their energy because that's important. We want to be surrounded protected by this energy because we are covered, period. We've been covered by the blood yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and we covered by our blood today. So for example, if I say I want my grandparents or my brother here, I would say Jane, Mary, Harry. You would say Ashe, 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 Stephen Harry, Ashe, 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 Ashe. And then we give 3 Ashes for the past, the present, and the future that we are trying to build and dismantle now. We say 3 Ashes, and you pour the water out, we pour it to the earth, because we are going to be blessed. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheeds. And now we are going to turn our attention to the conversation truck. If you all want to go over there and have some music.
What's up?